I was told, because that time I was just coming out of Kahani, and they told me, look, this is the best murder mystery you'll ever get to read. And I couldn't find a murder mystery in that book. All I saw was a love story.
When I'm streaming something, I also love watching crime and thrillers.
Yeah.
I personally watch a lot of that.
Even if it's a dark or grey shade. Grey has many shades of grey. Dark has many shades of dark.
Yeah.
मैं करूँगा लेकिन जयदीप नहीं चाहिए मुझे.
So then.
नहीं करीना नहीं लेते.
हाँ. बहुत popular है.
I can say something more. It's Pinkvilla, but I'm not going to say it.
When the angry young man came, that was a turning point. And then there was a Shah Rukh Khan in the 90s, the romantic hero. Then there was Hrithik.
There is no formula anyway.
Yeah, there's no formula.
कौन सा formula है?
जब काम कर रहे होते हैं फॉर्मूला हो जाता है, जब काम नहीं कर रहे होते तो क्या बना रहे हैं?
Hi guys, this is Himesh and welcome to Pinkvilla. Today we have with us Kareena Kapoor Khan, Jaideep Ahlawat, Vijay Varma and Sujoy Ghosh, who are all gearing up for the release of Jaane Jaan. Welcome to Pinkvilla guys, it's lovely having you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sujoy, so my first question is to you. How and when did you come across Devotion of Suspect X, and what is it that excited you the most about the story?
Long back, right? It was around 10 years back. A friend of mine, Kanika, gave me the book to read, and I read the book, and I was told, because that time I was just coming out of Kahani, and they told me, look, this is the best murder mystery you'll ever get to read. And I couldn't find a murder mystery in that book. All I saw was a love story.
Okay.
And it was such an amazing love story. And that's when I fell in love with the book, and I always wanted to make it since then, you know, for the last 10 years now.
Oh,
I've been hassling Saif, then Kareena, and yeah, and it finally worked out, and I think each film has its time, its destiny, its fate.
And Kareena ma'am, this is your OTT debut. I'm sure there must have been many offers that would have come your way. What is it that, you know, excited you for Jaane Jaan?
Firstly, of course, I always wanted to. Sujoy and me have always been talking to, you know, do a film together. Waiting for that perfect script, and definitely he was a major reason that I did the film, because I wanted to work with Sujoy. I've been a big fan of his work. Apart from that, I think I personally, if I was debuting on the OTT platform, when I'm streaming something, I also love watching crime and thrillers.
Yeah.
I personally watch a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of hooks you. So I always thought that if I make my OTT debut, it should be with, you know, some sort of a thriller. So when, you know, the script came, I mean, it was perfect. And then the cast came along, and I think it just fell into place.
Yeah. But what were the other genres which you were offered for OTT? Were they all crime and thriller space, or?
Yeah, they were, but it wasn't as... There was something very moody about this script, which, you know, for me as an actor also kind of was different for me to do at this point. Everything else that was coming was slightly, I mean, not bad or anything, but it was a bit run-of-the-mill, commercial, you know, cop detective, whatever, you know, the usual kind of thing. This somehow, everybody, all three characters, it was about us, you know, it was just these three people in Kalimpong, in this moody kind of movie, which I think only Sujoy could bring to life somehow.
Yes. Book and...
Jaideep sir and Vijay, you know, you have done so much work on the OTT platform, and you know, most of the content that is produced on OTT belongs to the thriller and dark space. When you are offered characters which fall in this genre or this space, what is it that gets you on board for that character? Because हर character में एक dark and grey element रहता है. तो आप कैसे वो distinguish करते हैं, and what gets you on board?
I too don't do project thinking ये OTT project है, I'm working with the best filmmakers, so I am always looking at making cinema. And eventually everything is OTT. Even if a big film is releasing today, in 2 months it is OTT. People are watching it on OTT. So I don't think of stories as OTT and cinema and ये theatre का है, ये TV पे देखेंगे लोग, कहाँ देखेंगे मेरा मतलब नहीं है. And I don't change my performance according to any of these.
In OTT space, like जो भी the content that you have done, वो dark and thriller space में रहा है. Basically either thriller or a dark character. How do you distinguish between the characters के मेरे को ये zone का character करना है?
No, I've mixed it up quite a lot. There's a show called OK Computer, which is a comedy and a sci-fi. There's Suitable Boy, which is a period based on Vikram Seth's book. There's all kinds of. There's Mirzapur, which is again crime. The Heart was crime. Darling was
Dark
a dramedy.
Yeah.
Again, as you said, mine doesn't work like that. It's gone up for OTT or like that. But even if it's a dark or grey shade, grey has many shades of grey. Dark has many shades of dark.
Yeah.
Black has many shades of black.
Yeah.
So the most important thing is that you are working on a good story, good script, and the good people, because they're going to make it really believable and strong. So the focus is that, not the space, and not the इसमें dark कम है या इसमें grey ज़्यादा है. You like the character, you love the script, and you want to do it.
Yeah. And you know, like he was talking about the script and you know, judging it based on working with the right people. Being in the industry for 20 years, are there red flags and green flags for you when it comes to working with people? Like, what are the red flags and what are the green flags when you are deciding to come on board a film with regards to the actors, directors? What is it that...
No, I don't think I have worked with everyone. I've never really looked at it, ke, you know, this is a green flag or this is a must do. Or, I mean, if I have liked the script, I have done it. I'm a part of it. I have to enjoy the process of doing it. So I think the script is everything, the story. And some will be great, some will not be great. Not every story told is fantastic, but the process should be also memorable. Yeah. So there's no such red flag or green flag.
But you don't look after the cast also, okay, this
No,
this
I'm
setup.
not a casting director, I'm an actor. I'm also a hired gun. Please hire me and I'll do my work and, you know,
moving to the next one.
Move on to the next film, because I've always been passionate about being in front of the camera. Yeah. So I have never gotten to, okay, you know, okay, so-and-so is there or so-and-so is not there. I think for that, there are people who are doing that.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's going to get very difficult if they get into casting.
Then what will the casting director do?
Exactly. And my life will become very difficult if he just says no, this, that.
मैं करूँगा लेकिन जयदीप नहीं चाहिए मुझे.
So then.
नहीं, करीना नहीं लेते.
हाँ, बहुत popular है.
I can say something more. It's Pinkvilla, but I'm not going to say it, Vijay. Okay? I love troubling him. Please.
Has it happened with you where, you know, actors have said, okay, ये actor है, मेरे को इसमें नहीं करना है? Not through this film, but any other film.
कदापि नहीं.
नहीं.
Never. I don't think anybody has ever said that. I mean, of all the people that I have worked with, at least, you know, nobody has ever put that kind of a demand on me that I will not work with this specific actor or that specific actor. So, I think a lot of it is a myth that goes around about people that, but at least people I have worked with haven't done that to me.
Yeah. And so, you know, you have made so many thrillers, right, from Kahani, Badla, Kahani to now Jaane Jaan. What are the 3 aspects, according to you, that make for a good thriller?
I don't know about a thriller, Himesh. I think in any film where the audience is invested in the film and they're willing to watch it through, that's all that matters. I mean, that's how I try to look at a script. Like, if I give any of them a script, I want them to turn the pages. I want them to read the next page. If I fail in that, that means somewhere the script is not working. And similarly, when that script is translated on the screen, you need to want to see more and more
of the characters.
Yeah. And irrespective of the film, you know, irrespective of the genre, I mean, whether it's a romantic film or a thriller or an adventure film or whatever, unless you're invested, it won't work.
True. And so, you know, we have all seen cinema grow over the years, be it 80s, 90s, 2000s, now 10s and 20s. According to you all, how has the concept of hero and villain evolved in Bollywood films?
Oh God.
I think they've become more
because
human. I think they've become more human. And as a result, like how we all are in real life, we have a good side, we have a bad side, we have a complicated side, we have a hidden side. I think all those are coming into the forefront, which audiences are willing to accept. Initially, there was pretty clear demarcation, you know, hero, villain, comedian, somebody else. But I think, at least now, when we get to write for them, we can write like that, and the characters become that much more, what's the word, 360 or whatever those angles are.
No, I mean this question because, you know, in Jaane Jaan as well, I was rooting for Kareena ma'am's character, even though I know that there is a crime which has happened. So, despite there being a grey side, you still know that the character is a hero. So, there is that change and evolution of hero as well, I think, in the...
But I think that's the beauty of Maya's character also, which was, you know, you don't like, and she is so human, you want to. She's, I mean, there's been so much violence attached to, you know, her character and what you feel, what she's gone through. But is it justified, is it not? And then, you know, what Naren did when it comes in the end, I think it's all just...
comes together.
Yeah, and it's just spectacular, I think, the last 10 minutes, if I may say.
Yes. And for two of you, how do you...
So I don't know. I think daur aaye the, and some key figures were very important in changing the course of how cinema was made. I think, and those actors and those directors became a turning point. I feel like when The Angry Young Man came, that was a turning point.
Yeah.
You know, and then there was a Shah Rukh Khan in the 90s, the romantic hero, and then there was Hrithik, and then there was somebody like Irfan. So people came and they gave, or when Kangana came with Queen, or for that matter when Jab We Met, it was a new kind of a event that happened, and then people started to make something similar to that.
Yeah.
So those kind of events happen, and those kind of phenomena happen. But overall, I mean, I saw a big shift where actors and heroes wanted to play characters because they were like hero nature. So everybody wanted to embody a certain kind of a character and become more rounded, more three-dimensional, which stayed for a bit, but now it's come back to again being a little, you know, back to being
The simple...
anything that gets people to the theatre, right?
Yeah. And Kareena ma'am and Sujoy sir, you know, last 2 years have not been very good for the theatrical medium, and now we are back like ever before. What was your mindset when films, being in the industry for so long, basically, what was your mindset when films were not working to now when, you know, everything that's releasing is, you know, turning into gold as far as...
I think it's amazing. I think it's a brilliant time. You know, for cinema in general. I think people are just watching a lot more content, going to cinemas, watching OTT, because there's so much out there. And of course, in COVID, everyone was, you know, we were all like literally traumatized. We didn't know what was happening. And I mean, obviously, I think it was a kind of a, just generally, it was a sad time. I think not just for movies also, but I think generally in life, people's attitude, the way they were just sad. So I think that suddenly now has just changed, and people want to go out. So whether it's going out for dinner, whether it's going out to a cinema, whether it's watching a good show on OTT, I think people's spirits are just, you know, back in a different way.
True, and we can see that with crowds everywhere now. And so, Joy, so you, what was your mindset when films were not working vis-a-vis now when sab badhiya hai?
I'm not sure if not working or sab badhiya hai. It working so good, and I'm really happy people are going back to the theatre. We are all coming out, and the whole cinema culture is coming back. But like she said, you know, that was the time when people were a little scared to go. Like I personally never went because I have a vulnerable person in my family. So you know, for me, I was told if you went, you might.
When people were, I think, just scared about their life. I mean, not just cinema. You know, it was just like we didn't know.
Survival was in. Survival.
Because we didn't know what was right, what was wrong. You know, to a confusion tha. But now we are back to normal. You know, we are,
Normalcy is there.
Yeah. Picture dekhte hain.
Of course. Kareena ma'am, you know, you have done all genres of cinema, from rom-com to drama, comedy, thrillers. What is that one genre which you want to revisit and you enjoy the most as an actor?
As an actor, I want to revisit a good script again and again. I want to revisit a time when you're reading a script in your bedroom.
Yeah.
You're thinking, oh my God, I can't wait to play the character. There's no particular genre. I want to attempt. I mean, I'm an actor, so I just want to do everything, you know.
Right. But, you know, in the times of franchises, where so many franchisee films are being made, is there any film of yours which you think should turn into a franchisee or a character which can have a spin-off? And Singham you are doing, so apart from that.
I don't know, I think.
Your questions are very tough, man.
Yeah.
Your questions are like making...
Now-
I don't know, but I just feel like some films should not be touched.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we should not make a sequel just because we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because we say, okay, we can make Jaane Jaan 2 or Jaane Jaan 3. I mean, that shouldn't.
Yeah. Basically, that formula shouldn't be there in terms of...
There is no formula anyway.
Yeah, there's no formula.
कौन सा formula है?
जब काम कर रहे होते हैं फॉर्मूला हो जाता है, जब काम नहीं कर रहे होते तो क्या बना रहे हैं?
So, yeah, sir, you know, you made your debut with a film like Jankar Beat, which was a coming-of-age, fun film. Would you want to revisit that space again? Now you have, you know, in last 10, 12 years, it has all been thrillers as such.
If I get a good script, yes, why not? It just depends on the script. Again, you know, like it all depends on what you read, Umesh. It all depends on what you read and how much you fall in love with it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it. Like she said, caste, creed, genre doesn't matter.
Just the script.
Just the script, yeah. That's the bottom line. That's what we serve. That's what we are all serving as individuals in this industry.
And, ma'am, after the pandemic, has anything changed for you with regards to the script selection? Lot of people have said that our mindset change with regards to the films we want to do. So has there been any...
And why is that the case? I kind of liked what Vijay said, which I think should be every actor's approach. I mean, generally, which is, I think, most. You can't put a story in a box. I mean, it's a story. We're all here to tell stories and, you know, play our parts. I don't think a film can be decided कि ये कहाँ पे release हो रहा है, क्यों release हो रहा है, कब release हो रहा है. I think a film, if it's a story, whether it's coming on OTT, whether it's coming in cinema, whether you're watching it, I don't know. But as long as people are watching it and stories are being heard and watched, I think that's the beauty of cinema.
Okay, and one last question before we wrap up. What next for you all after Jaane Jaan?
Starting with Sujoy.
What's next?
We are all in Sujoy's next.
We're all doing something together, yeah.
Yeah.
Sujoy is next.
Sujoy is next, right?
The same
Yeah,
cast.
we are all doing Sujoy's film.
Jaane Jaan
Waiting
2.
for that.
No.
We'll know where the...
No, it's a different story.
Acha, different.
Oh, Jaane Jaan.
Oh, we're adding on.
But nothing decided. I mean, you are doing, I believe, a South film which is pan-India. So you are also doing something.
Believe whatever you
safe.
want.
आएंगे तब आपको पता चल जाएगा.
And India.
Nice. Okay, and ma'am, you have Crew which is announced at least.
Yeah, Crew will come. Crew is hopefully releasing in March.
Yeah, next year. Perfect. On that note, thank you so much. It was lovely speaking to you all and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.